Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode. So the time has finally come. I have 4,700 miles on my 2019 Golf Alltrack. That it's time to do the first service on it. Yes, the first service isn't due to 10,000 miles, but I'm pretty anal, so I always do half interval oil changes on my vehicles. So I got all the parts to do the first service, which I'm just going to do an oil change, the actual 10,000 mile service, as you do a tire rotation and check a few other things. So I got a new oil filter, got a new drain plug, have some new Motul 5W40 oil that I'm going to run in this car. So it was a little bit of confusion. I usually buy all my parts through ECS Tuning, and they said on their website that the recommended oil filter for this was a 6013Z, which I always buy man filters. And they sent me a 6002Z, and they got back to me and said it was the right one, which I was kind of skeptical and upset at the time, because I blatantly had in my seat 6013Z, but the OEM one is exactly the same size. I got out my calipers and measured it, and it's the same in every dimension. And this one, the OEM one, actually says 6013 on it, and it says man filter. So I don't really know what the difference is, but by all apparent causes, they're exactly the same. So with that, let's get to it. I think it's gonna be a pretty easy job. The only challenge is gonna be, because it's an Alltrack, it has the carbon Kevlar skid plate on it, so probably the longest time is just gonna be dropping that, and then other than that, it's just basic oil and filter change. All right, let's get to it. There are 7 13mm nuts that hold the skid plate to the underbody, 2 on the left side, 2 on the right, and 2 in the rear. There are also 7 T25 Torx you'll have to remove the skid plate. Although the car only has 5,000 miles on it, it's always a good idea to inspect your boots, bushings, and look for any sort of leaks. Although I'm not sold on the plastic oil pans found on the Mark 7 VWs, the camlock design of the plastic reusable drain plug is quite clever. A 32mm socket is needed to remove the oil filter housing. I like to place the old filter in the new box with a paper towel to absorb some of the residual oil. Using a pick really helps get a hold of the old O-ring from the oil filter housing. Use some residual oil from the oil filter housing to lubricate your new O-ring. The oil filter housing torque spec is 25 Newton meters plus an additional 5 Newton meters. Run the car for a few minutes to circulate the oil throughout the engine. I started by adding 5 liters, then adjusted until I had level perfectly in the middle of the dipstick. The owner's manual calls for adding 6 liters of new oil.
Six and a half hours later.
Don't forget to check and top off all other fluids. Top tip, if you live in a warm climate and you're going on a road trip to a colder climate, make sure you use washer fluid with a lower freeze rating. So I guess that's it for this episode. The car's all done. First surface is complete. Changed the oil, inspected everything, added some fluids, checked the tire pressures. Ready for my upcoming road trip to Sonoma. We're going to do some mountain biking, so I'm sure to make a video on that because it'll be the first road trip in the Alltrack, which is why I wanted to do this. But it was actually pretty easy. It wasn't that difficult to drop the skid plate. It was pretty easy. Super light, so it's easy to hold with one hand while you undo the fastener, so not a big deal. I was thinking about getting an oil extraction kit for this, but I don't think I'm even going to bother. It's so easy to get that skid plate off. I'll just keep doing it the old-fashioned way. But I hope you like this episode. Pretty simple, but only cost me 50 bucks, which probably costs a lot more at the dealership. So I hope you like this video, and stay tuned for the upcoming road trip to Sonoma. Thanks for watching. Bye.